Buddha taught that even if people meet briefly in this life or see each other for a moment on the street, they still have to wait for thousands of years in many lives. Whatever men and women do in this world is due to fate, because two people without fate cannot come together. Without debt, they cannot meet each other. It is not for nothing that men and women commit adultery, regardless of family happiness. Although it is heartbreaking, the truth is that the third person also had a predestined relationship with a man from a previous life. The ancients used to say, if there is fate, there is meeting; if there is debt, there is love. So do couples come together because of fate or debt? What were they to each other in their previous lives? Forbidden love in a previous life. If two people commit adultery in this life, it is very likely that they had a stormy love affair, forbidden by their families. This prohibition is not only due to the difference in social class, but also due to the prejudices and laws of that time. Although there are reasons to end the relationship, fate brings them closer together, making them unable to let go of each other. Maintaining a forbidden relationship not only causes suffering for both of them, but can also lead to the breakdown of a family. When they are close to each other, they always feel the wounds from their previous lives. The sweet and painful memories are still imprinted in their minds. This love is not only love, but also a lesson in forgiveness, acceptance, and finding peace in the chaos of life. Both of them were each other's unfinished first love in their previous life. This is not only a coincidence, but also has a profound meaning. First love is often accompanied by strong emotions that are difficult to fade, leaving an indelible mark. Many couples, despite having reasons to break up, still cannot forget their first love. Sweet memories live in their hearts like a smoldering fire. When life pushes them, they find each other again, feel the invisible connection, and long to return. Infidelity can happen as a way to relieve their nostalgia, to find the lost part of their first love. They secretly meet, share memories, and rediscover sincere feelings. Even though they know this can hurt the person in their life, the attraction of first love is always strong. First love is associated with dreams, hopes, and disappointments. The pieces of the past make them feel like they are back in their youth, finding freshness in their emotions. But it is also those emotions that create internal conflicts. They have to face the question of whether returning to old love is worth it. In the end, finding your first love is not only about emotions, but also about a journey of self-discovery, understanding more clearly what they really need in love. These experiences enrich the love story, a valuable lesson in the journey to find happiness. Both of them harmed each other in their previous lives. They did not only meet in this life because of love or fate, but also because of grudges from their previous lives. Not everyone has a sweet love story. There are couples who were enemies and harmed each other in the past. In this life, they met again, and from there formed a secret relationship, full of secrets and challenges. They are easily caught up in strong emotions, love each other passionately, and are willing to ignore everything, even family and responsibilities, just to be together. However, they do not realize that repeating past mistakes will create great karma. The more they try to maintain this relationship, the more karma they create for themselves, which not only affects their current life, but can also extend to future lives. These people often live in internal conflict, wanting to be close to each other, but also fearing the consequences of their actions. No matter how strong their love is, they still have to face the fact that the wounds from their previous lives have never healed, and this can cause great damage to both. In the end, such relationships are often not sustainable, because when love is filled with pain and karma, separation and suffering will only be a matter of time. Past life lovers. The relationship between people who were past life lovers carries a kind of hateful and complicated fate. Not only do they cheat on each other's spouses in their past lives, but they also continue to do so in this life. This type of affair often lasts for many years, with secrecy and concealment being prominent features. They are not only lovers but also soulmates, able to understand and sympathize with each other in a way that no one else can. Although the love between them may be deep and strong, maintaining this relationship can lead to much suffering and hurt, not only for themselves but also for those around them. They often live in torment, not only because they have to hide their feelings, but also because they are aware of the mistakes from their past lives that still exist in their lives. These feelings can cause internal conflicts and insecurities as they face the responsibility and consequences of their actions. Although they may feel happy when they are together, the fact that they are continuing to repeat mistakes from the past will always be present in their minds, making the relationship tense and difficult to sustain. In the end, living in such a secret relationship not only hurts themselves, but can also lead to unpredictable consequences for both, making them unable to escape the spiral of karma from their previous lives. Committing crimes together in their previous lives. This relationship is extremely complicated because if two people commit adultery and are in harmony, they may have been teammates in their previous lives, committing crimes together and suffering severe punishment. The special connection between them is not enough to build a lasting love, but only a heavy bond. They often have to hide their feelings, living in fear that their secret will be discovered. Pressure from the past makes them unable to be comfortable in a relationship, even if there is understanding. Their life becomes a vicious cycle, causing harm not only to themselves but also to those around them. This relationship is a reminder of the consequences of past wrongdoings. To move towards a better life, they need to face their mistakes, let go of unhealthy relationships, and seek a more positive path to self-cultivation and virtue. The concept of predestined karma reflects the deep connection between this life and the previous life, expressing the spiritual view of cause and effect. Fate is not a random factor, but the result of actions, emotions, and relationships from many previous lives. According to the law of reincarnation taught by the Buddha, every human being carries within themselves debts, karma accumulated through many lives. Duyen Ding affirms that every encounter, every relationship in this life is not by chance but is the result of bonds and ties from previous lives. If there were no debts, they would not be able to meet each other. Debt here is not simply material or emotional, but also includes lessons, forgiveness, and experiences that each person needs to face. We can meet again people who have had a great influence in our lives, from friends, lovers, to enemies. These relationships, whether good or painful, bring valuable lessons. Each encounter, each interaction has its own meaning, helping us to perfect ourselves and develop spiritually. The concept of predestined karma not only encourages us to reflect on our current relationships, but also opens the door for us to discover the origins of our emotions, actions, and reactions. Therefore, understanding predestined karma will help us live more responsibly, learn from the past, and move towards the future with wiser decisions. Emotional relationships between people often carry mysteries and depths that not everyone can explain. According to spiritual beliefs, a lover in this life can be a wife, lover, or enemy in a previous life. This shows the connection between lives, with lessons and emotions being transferred from one life to the next. There are differences in the views on karmic debt between men and women. Some believe that men and women have different karmic debts, leading to different outcomes in romantic relationships. Men often seek strong emotional connections, while women focus on stability and protection. This difference can create conflict and misunderstanding in relationships. Understanding karmic debt and romantic debt not only helps each person identify themselves, but also opens up opportunities to build more meaningful relationships. This creates space for growth and reconciliation, helping people live a more fulfilling life, not only in love, but in all aspects of life. Karma is a profound spiritual concept that represents the connection between past actions and present life. Encounters in this life can be the result of unpaid karmic debts from many previous lives. For example, you may meet someone for the first time and feel like you have known them for a long time, or you may have relationships that make you feel strong and connected even though you have not spent much time together. This shows that grudges, feelings, or lessons from previous lives are still present in this life. Karma not only connects people in the same lifetime, but also reflects the interaction between the soul and the universe. These relationships can bring inspiration, challenges, or valuable lessons that help us grow. Although we may not fully understand the meaning of these connections, if we open our hearts to them, we will discover deep value in them. Karma reminds us that people and experiences have a purpose, and being aware of karma helps us live mindfully, build meaningful relationships, and learn from life's lessons. Thank you for watching and sharing your thoughts on this special relationship. If they are lovers in this life, they may have been lovers, friends, or even enemies in their previous lives. Each relationship has its own mysteries and stories. Leave your comments in the comments section. If you find this video useful, please like and share it with everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next interesting content. Wishing you happiness and peace in life.